Doug is going to play us a song as I invite my younger friends to come forward.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you, so let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Thank you, Doug.
Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be
you have that on your iPod?
My neighbor?
When I was your age, he was famous. Who got about? Oh my gosh. The movie came out Friday. Mr. Rogers. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's almost Thanksgiving. In fact, this has nothing to do with my story, except I walked in here today and look at this. I'm going to send this to somebody I love. And it was made by a very famous artist. His name is Alan Facius. When I hold this up, I don't mean to take up all this time. When I hold this up, what Christmas carol do you think of? Anybody? The Little Drummer Boy. How about that? See, I did fit it into the children's sermon. I just can't wait to send this to somebody I love. Anyway, speaking of the neighborhood, Fred and his sister Frida, they have an uncle named Ace. And every Thanksgiving, they go to Ace's house, and they have a Thanksgiving football game. And all the guys get together, and they just have a blast playing football. Look at that. This is their team right here. Well, this year, they're about ready to have their annual football game. And they go out in Ace's big backyard, and they play, and they fight, and they scream. And they're not very nice to each other, but they have fun. And Fred's sister Frida said, this year, I'd like to play. And they said, girls don't play football. Is that right or is that wrong? That's wrong. Isn't that wrong? I mean, but boy, for all those years, it was the guys and the girls would be inside just waiting for the guys to be done. And Frida said, no. And they said, well, guess what? Next time we have a football game, if you can get a team together, you can play. This is so much fun. So it's time for the football game. And the guys are out there. And Frida said, okay, so girls don't play football, huh? Here's my team. And then Fred goes, wait a second, this isn't fair. We have 10 guys, you have 20 girls. And she said, well, you said girls don't play football, so deal with it. And boy, did they deal with it. My goodness, and they fought and they screamed, and afterwards they were fighting. And then Ace comes out. Ace says, you know something? First of all, girls do play football. And secondly, we're just here to have some fun. And we're just a family together. And he said, by the way, this is leftovers. I'm going to give you guys a hand, okay? Here you go. I got highly criticized for this last week. They said, number one, the gloves are too big, and you don't pass out one glove. Well, too bad. There's only one. Yeah. So here's Ace said, I'm going to give you a hand. He said, you know something? When you play, it's about respecting each other and having fun. That's the way God wants us to live. So this Thanksgiving, our family may not be perfect. You may not all be together. But guess what? On Thanksgiving, at your place, at this church, we are family. And you can take one boy or one girl, but not both, okay? Crank that up a little bit, Doug. Any guy gonna take a girl? Thank you, Alan. I'll get that drum off the floor, too. Thank you, Doug. Our next song, number 856, we're going to sing verses 1, 2, and 4. Verses 1, 2, and 4 of 856.